Hey guys, and welcome. It's the second episode of Hawks Talks. I'm Chase Almy. Find me as Lebanese Lemmy online. Welcome to the second episode. I know we've had a lot of hockey that's happened in between our first and second episode, and a lot of stuff has happened too. I'm doing the show solo today as my co-host Christina Gonzalez is getting some rest. We both work regular jobs on top of doing this as well. And so her job has kind of been quite crazy lately. So I'm giving her the day off. I felt like I needed to get up and get around because actually last week when we were planning on doing the show, I had emergency gallbladder surgery. So I started my weekend off early on a Friday and had some a light dinner and didn't feel too hot. And then on Saturday, still didn't feel too hot. So I called my dad, told him, hey, take me to the hospital. And on Sunday, they took my gallbladder out. So I've been kind of taking it easy for the past week or so. But it's given me a lot of time to watch some hockey. So it's been great. Right now, sitting here, they are in the lower half of that Discover Central. Since we're doing this whole new deal, the Blackhawks are number 5, so they're ranked 5th right now in the Discover Central for the NHL. Remember, they have the 4 divisions. We talked about it in the first show. So right now they're sitting here after 12 games. They are 4-4-4, but they've been able to pick up points in each of the 8 of the last 9 games. So that is a plus. The rookies have really come on here of late, and really, I think the main story right now is definitely that of the goalie situation with Kevin Lankinen. Kevin Lankinen wasn't even really anybody we really talked about. If you remember in the first game, especially if you're watching from the NBC Chicago stuff, it was really talked about Malcolm Subban and Colin Delia were really going to be the ones that split that back and forth. They were going to try to find something. So out of 12 games between Malcolm and Colin, there's only been 4 games played. 8 games now here with Kevin Lankinen. He's got a 4-1 record. He's gone to overtime 3 times. But he's looking like a Rookie of the Year candidate. He fits in. I know he's a little bit older for a rookie. He's 25. He meets the qualifications. He should be able to go for that. And I think he's a front runner. I think just the turn on. I know he played overseas, so transitioning from the college and the junior hockey stuff isn't such a big deal here as it is now. But he's come on strong. He has shown his presence. He is keeping the puck in front of him. He's able to recover, rebounds and all of those great traits that you want in a goalkeeper, in a goalie. He is able to do that. The one thing with the entire team as a whole was, as you remember, there was some comments on lack of play, lack of drive, lack of desire and want and going out there and playing. And they've really come on here as of late, able to pull out a win against Carolina 6-4. They held them off. The Hurricanes tried to come back twice during that game, able to hold them off. 6-4 was that final. They're going in today. We're less than an hour from puck drop for the Dallas team. Dallas team is a great team. They are a stacked team as well. They went to the Stanley Cup playoffs. They gave Tampa Bay a run for their money. It's nothing that's too out. I mean, they're a good team. They've won. They've done what they needed to do. We're the first week of February, and we're sitting 5th out of 8 spots. Things are looking up. Rookies are really starting to come through. A lot of playing time. It's just hard. A lot of these games are going into overtime, which I know overtime losses, they don't count the same in regular sports, in other sports as like, basketball, things like that. You get that overtime. You still get that point for going into overtime. So it's not a horrible loss once it happens. But with this team going to overtime, being able to hang with a couple of teams who, this season kind of was looking like a loss. I think that shows some improvement. I think that shows some things that are positive going on. Patrick Kane finally, starting to come into his own. He's leading the team right now with goals. He's got 6 goals for the season. There's a long list of guys with 4. There's a lot of pluses happening in this. The shootouts just aren't going the way. And that's the thing with hockey. Hockey is a lot of times there's games that you should have won that you didn't, and there's games that you shouldn't have won that you did. It's just the way the puck bounces and the way things happen, rebounds, stick, being in the right place at the right time. It really is that type of sport. If you look back over, I know we talked a lot about the Florida campaign there at the beginning of the season. That's how long it's been since I've been able to do a show, and I'm really sorry about that, guys. But they were able to sweep Detroit, which everybody figured that was what was going to happen. Detroit looking worse than what we thought and projected for the season for us as well. Able to pull out, a win against Columbus, and then go in with Carolina. And so now we're, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 6 series in. The back-to-back games, they're doing good. They're on the road. It starts here in just a few minutes. They're on the road in Dallas. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday. Not a lot of hockey going on Super Bowl Sunday, as a lot of people are getting ready for that big game. But hey, this is great. It gives you something to watch before the game. The Bears aren't in it, so there's really no reason to watch. It will be a good Super Bowl. I can't wait to watch it. But I think this next couple of games, they've got 4 games here rolling from today until Valentine's Day, basically the 13th. They've got the Stars Sunday and Tuesday. Then on Thursday and Saturday, they've got the Columbus Blue Jackets. And then after that, they get back to Detroit. Hopefully they can steal a win here in Columbus. Against Columbus. I think that would be great. I think that if they can win that, I don't know really what they're expecting with the Stars. The Stars are a team that right now they're on fire. They're good. Just going back and kind of looking through things and seeing where they're at as a club, not much has changed since last season. They're still one of the top ranked teams there in the division. They are, where am I at? I don't even know where I'm at on my standings. Sorry, they're actually in 6th place, but you have to remember early on in the season, they did have that COVID outbreak. It was like 27 people in NHL had COVID. 17 of them were there in Dallas. So not really taking the precautions. There will be fans in the stands. Dallas is allowing that. It's kind of, it's unique. They're only down a point in the points. Their record right now is 5-2-1. They've played 8 games where everybody else is sitting at around 12. Tampa Bay and Florida, Carolina, they're both, sitting there 9-8. And that's what we knew was going to happen. We knew this was going to happen. And once things got delayed, now they've got to make up games. So it's going to throw that whole where we're at on the percentage and the tiebreakers and things like that is going to be a little skewed until they can really get this going into the season. Right now, sitting on the injury report, not a whole lot of names here. We got Kirby Dach. He's out right now with a right wrist. He had surgery. He was placed on the IR on 1/14. He's out. Alex Nylander, left knee. He also had surgery. Brent Seabrook, Zach Smith, all of these guys have been placed on the IR, for the time being. And as well, Jonathan Toews, missing out on him. Not what you want to see, but I feel like what they've been working on has been great. I think that if you look through here and see that the thing that's really great is this second line. They're given, 35 seconds to score, and they're able to do it. They're probably one of the strongest parts of this offensive power and of this line for the Blackhawks. It's been quite the interesting thing to watch. You've got, this whole kind of blue collar idea that we're working and we're working and we're hard working and we're going to go for you know, we're going to give it all we can. We're going to push. We're going to push. We're going to push. We're going to be aggressive. And I love that about this. I love that about this team. I love this kind of, hey, we don't have anything to lose. Let's get our guys out there. Let's get out there on the ice. Let's give them all they got. Let's give them hell for 3 periods. We're probably going to go an extra 5. We're going to go into shootouts. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can ruin some days. You know, I mean, nobody really has the idea of playoffs really for this team. It's a very young team. It's a developing team. It's something that is not what we're used to as Chicago Blackhawks fans. We're used to Stanley Cups. We're used to playoffs. And here in the past few seasons, we've had some dwindling with, you know, where we're at and what's going on. So it's really good to see that there are some positive notes that can be taken. They've heard their coach. They've heard the cry for, you know what, shape up. Let's go. You know, get your ass in gear. Let's go do something. And that's what they're starting to do. And we're starting to see some success. We may not see wins, but at least we're getting points that are keeping us in the race, points that aren't letting us drop down into the bottom 2 of that division. Chances of getting into the top half of that Central Division for the season, I think is a plus. You know, you got Dominik Kubalik. He's been great. He's got a 3-point night. You know, this previous game against Carolina, that game right there showed that they have the ability to hold off a team that's going to push. They pushed and they tried to come back. And they had answers, and that's a plus. That's something that you want to see your team doing. You want to see them come in. You want to see them just try and make a push for it, but do it. And that is the thing. Also, it's refreshing for me to see that. I love the fact that they're able to do that. But once again, this is Hawks Talks. It's about 12:15 here. 45 minutes away from puck drop. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Probably be ending up quick. It's brought to you by Monkey Knife Fight, Death Ink Coffee, and as well as Papa John's. Monkey Knife Fight, that is where it's at. Monkey Knife Fight is the daily fantasy sports gaming website for the casual sports fan that is simple, fun, and easy to play. Users determine which superstars competing in the day's professional sporting event will record more or less than the contest line provided. Monkey Knife Fight's daily fantasy prop games play similar to the salary cap-based DFS games, but without algorithms, lineups, and most importantly, sharks. There are several contests to choose from, and which require little hours as other competing websites. Start with a simple 2-2 or go to the highest payouts 100 times and higher by selecting an 8-8 more or less contest. Get started now with 100% match bonus up to $50 with the promo code Bears Brunch. I know this is Hawks Talks deep in Chi-Town. We're all one big family. It's a lot of fun. Check it out, especially today if you guys are going to do the Super Bowl. Also, they've got the hockey on there. It's a lot of fun. You're playing the players' stat lines. It's a lot of fun. This past week got me into a little bit of, I didn't have much to do. Sitting around, I'm watching hockey. I'm watching some basketball, and it's just easy to pick up my phone and say, you know what? I got an extra $2. Why not? Let's try it. Let's see what happens. They're going to have a lot of fun right now with the Super Bowl dance as well. Check that out. monkeyknifefight.com. Go on your phone, Android and iOS, Monkey Knife Fight. You won't regret it. Thanks for being on it with us, guys. Thanks for being here with us and enjoying. We've enjoyed working with you for this past year. Also, we've got other big news. Next week, we'll start Northsiders Podcast and Southsiders Podcast. The all of your information for the Chicago Cubs and Chicago White Sox. We'll have that as well for you. We'll also be bringing you a little bit of some off-season push with Bears Brunch. And don't forget to check out Shanna Danielle on Bulls Deep. That's every Sunday night starting at 8:30. She's a lot of fun, puts a lot of hard work into that show as well. So give it a watch. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes I hop on there with her. A lot of times it's a solo show, kind of like today is with me. It's a very short show. There is not a lot going on as far as, it's been a couple of off days. So able to go in with a win into Dallas, Dallas is going to be a strong team. I think they can give Dallas a push. I think if they play hard, if they come in, if they keep working, if you keep having Patrick Kane, if you keep having these guys that are having these 3-point nights and these different things, they can make a push for stuff. And I think that's really interesting to watch, are these new young guys getting that confidence by saying, hey, you know what, we may not win, we may not get the W, but we are getting the points. We are taking this game into overtime. We are scoring goals. We are doing things that make teams win and build a longevity and start to build that core group of guys that are coming up next season. I mean, that's what a lot of people are looking for is next season. You've got that going. So, guys, thank you for joining me. Once again, thanks to Monkey Knife Fight, Death Ink Coffee, Papa John's. Thanks for watching the show. Sorry that it's so short. Sorry that I don't have my fun co-host with me this week. She'll be back next week. Hopefully, we'll be able to get more in depth, more things going on. I'm feeling better, so that's a plus as well. So we'll be able to have more stuff, a lot of fun. Be on the lookout for the other shows. Check out Shanda Danielle tonight at 8:30 with Bulls Deep. Until next time, guys, watch that hockey. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see you guys next week.